Nee. And with that, I'm back. This is part 2 of Crunchy Bunny from My Little Ponies. No, from Monty Python's My Little Pony, not from My Little Pony's Monty Python. And we're gonna get straight to it because this is still a longer way to go. We're about and a half, if I remember correctly, and the longer I talk now, the more time I waste. So, let's get it done! Luna inadvertently let go of her magical hold of the cupcake, which drops and hits the floor. From the impact, suspicious red liquid flows out onto the floor. "Oh," Pinkie Pie said, looking sadly at the destroyed treat. "That was a waste of a good cupcake." "Forgive me, Miss Pie, but did I hear you correctly when you said that you made this out of real bunnies?" "That's what I said." The commander's cheeks start to bloat a little as he places his shoes over his mouth to keep it from coming out. "I think we just discovered the cause of the missing bunnies," Luna thought. Even so, she still finds this very hard to believe. "But how could you do this?" "Simple," Pinkie Pie said, still her cheerful self. "First, I asked Applejack to use her running up thingy shields with Anona, her dog, on the cute, fluffy little bunnies. After getting a whole lot of them, they chased them down into my basement. There I feed them lots and lots and lots of food so they can get real nice and plump. Then after a couple of days I would bug them many 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 many. Get on with it! Oops, sorry. I just never thought how much fun it would be to say many. Anyways, after I bugged them a couple of times more, the meat gets really, 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 really... Don't even start. Tenderized. Then I would skin them, steam them, stew them, bake them, and that's how I made my crunchy bunny cupcakes. The end. You do realize that you just described and how you murdered those poor innocent little bunnies? Well, how else am I supposed to do it? Well, now we just discovered the one half of the mystery. Why did you call it crunchy? Simple. I just forgot to take the bones out. Silly me. But hey, at least it messes with what the cupcake is supposed to be. The man's face is turning more green, and his cheeks are getting more bloated. That is maybe, but it's still bunny. And, in case you haven't noticed, Commander Blade Runner did have one. "Excuse me, Your Highness, may I—" "Oh yes," Luna said, then turned to Pinkie Pie. "Do you have a lavatory in this establishment? Up the stairs to your left, third door on your right." "Thank you," he said, as he flies up the stairs. The sound of a door slamming echoes in the house. "Miss Pie," Luna said, placing the box down on the floor. "I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is just unacceptable. I mean, ponies are not going to bite into this," looking disgustingly at the messy treat, "cupcake and expect it to be made from a literal bunny. They would think it was some kind of kid name in a very peculiar sense. And you cannot just go out and run up poor innocent bunnies and turn them into cupcakes. I mean, how do you even make them look like one? And not to mention the fact that we are herbivores. I was just trying to make something new." "While I'll give you points for originality, the argument still stands. However, given that there is no loss of killing sweet, innocent, fluffy little bunnies, I'm afraid we cannot arrest you on that either, even though I find this absolutely deplorable." "Well, what about Angel Bunny?" "I'll make him an exception. That little had it coming anyway. So, you are free to continue with the endeavors, even though I would highly advise you not to do that. But for future reference, you should replace the title of Crunchy Bunny with literally crunchy and bone, marked many, many, many times real dead bunny, followed by, in parentheses, I'm not joking. But what about my sales?" "That's your problem, and not mine. Now, and to the next one. Commander Blade Runner slowly walks down the stairs, his face still green with his tongue hanging out.
Number 12, was it, Commander?
He nods.
Number 12, Wade's blubber.
The commander's face reverted back to green as his mouth gets ready to release another stream of vomit. He's ready to turn tail back up the stairs.
Excuse me?
Pinkie Pie said. The commander stops, looking at the pink earth pony.
Can you please not slam the door? The babies are sleeping.
He quickly nods and flies back the stairs. They did not hear any door slam.
Must have had that one too,
Pinkie Pie said. Luna clears her throat and continues on, holding the green cupcake with the top covered in brown frosting. And it is emitting an odd smell.
I believe it is safe to assume that this is made out of real Wade's blubber? Oh, how did you know? That was supposed to be a secret.
Luna looks at her with indifferent looks, now starting to get used to her suspect's antics.
Like a guess, I suppose. Well, now that the cat's out of the cupcake, I guess I can tell you what else is in there. There's more. Huh? After the whale on the beach let me borrow his blubber, I went out to get a cup full of sand, sweat from a crab, blood from a sea pony, and toenails from a shark. Sharks have toes? They do if you know where to look. Then, after I brought it all back home, I locked them inside a chest, then I lock it with the key, then dug a hole, then buried the key, then built a house on top of the hole where I buried the key, and moved the chest inside the house on top of the hole. What is the purpose of that? I don't really know. And if you buried the key in the hole with the house on top, how did you open the chest? Well, after I realized how incredibly random the whole house thing was, even by my standards, I just added the chest to the rest of the ingredients. So, this cupcake is made out of Wade's blubber, sand, sweat from a crab, blood of a sea pony, toenails of a shark, and a chest due to your stupidity, she wanted to say, but decided against it. Whatever, and this was the result? Yepperoni! Well, I suppose it is not as bad as the last one, but still. One last question. Yes? This frosting. What about it?
Luna looks at the brown frosting with a confused look with a hint of disgust.
I can't quite put my hoof on what kind it is, but there's something quite odd about it, judging mainly from the smell. Oh, I made it out of dragon doodoo.
Luna lets out a small scream as her magic once again releases the cupcake, letting it drop to the ground. The cupcake opens up where pieces of whale blubber, sand, sweat, blood, toenails, and a chest spill out onto the floor.
Prince Luna, please stop dropping my cupcakes. It just breaks my heart to see them go to waste. Miss Pie, you complained about me dropping the cupcakes, yet you are the one who is using unconventional ingredients just as dragon doodoo? Oh, come on. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. You mean you haven't tried this yourself? What? You said yourself that you haven't tried that one yourself. Still, there's nowhere on this box that mentioned anything about dragon doodoo. Sure there is. On the inside of the cover, right where the ingredients list is, it is listed right next to lemony goodness. Luna did so, and she found that the pink earth pony was alright. I'm afraid that will not be good enough. Right now, every box should have a large red label on the front reading caution, dragon doodoo. But if I do that, my sales will be plummet faster than one of Rainbow Day's failed stunts. Miss Pie, while I certainly sympathize the need to innovate, this is just silly. I mean, look around you. Observe the pastries, the cakes, the pies. Why do you enjoy them so much? Because they taste good. And from what I understand of you, you should know better than any pony in all of Equestria. But instead, we get...
A chill ran up her spine.
I mean, what's wrong with the traditional flavors like vanilla chocolate? Why at this very moment your princess is trying some of the pastries that you call moon pies, which I'm sure you have heard of.
The commander is now walking down the stairs, his body fatigued with all of the keeling to the porcelain gods.
And they're certainly not like number 16 poison oak.
His mouth begins to fill up again with that wild taste as he nears the bottom.
And number 34, Salamander Supreme.
Not able to hold it any longer, he quickly removes his helmet and releases the last of his stomach's content into it. Luna and Pinky look at him with incredulous looks as he finishes. "You may see," he said in a very pleading voice as he looks at his princess. "Would you please not name out any more of these things?"
Forgive me, Commander. If you wish, you may wait outside. I shouldn't be long."
"Thank you, Your Majesty." She points at his helmet-filled vomit.
You're...
"All right." He obediently returns the helmet to his head, and he walks out of the shop. Luna turns to Pinkie Pie.
I was going to ask him if he would like to have his helmet washed in your sink. Well, never mind.
She pulls out another cupcake out of the box, which looks like any other regular-looking cupcake. With its yellow body, white vanilla frosting, and sprinkles on top, it looks rather tasty.
This one, number 21, Spring Spice. Now, this looks rather normal compared to the other cupcakes it wakened with, but I rather not take any chances with it. Can you please explain to me what it is? Oh, that's my personal favorite,
Pinkie Pie said, jumping up and down gleefully.
When you bite into it, steamboats swing out and plunge straight through both cheeks.
The princess's mouth dropped to the ground, along with the cupcake she was holding with her magic. The force of the impact was enough for it to activate the two bolts inside, pushed out from the inside of the cupcake.
Is there something wrong with your magic, Your Highness?
Pinkie Pie asked, sounding generally worried about her.
Maybe you should go see Twilight. I'm sure she knows some magic that will help fix up your magic. That way you would not drop any more tasty treats when you try to eat them. Have you lost your bucking mind?
Luna yells.
I did? Do you know where I put it? Can you help me look for it? How could any pony know that cupcake would shove two bolts into their cheeks? No wonder there was a high rate of ponies going through the hospital lately.
The princess quickly regains her composure, which she starts to cover the box up.
In any case, it was an inadequate description of said cupcake, and therefore I must ask you to come with me to Canterlot for a judicial review.
Pinkie Pie just shrugged her shoulders and heads towards the door.
Oh well, it was a fair cop. And don't talk to the readers,
Luna said, following the pink earth pony out the door, giving it a firm slam. From upstairs, the sound of two babies crying echoed throughout the house. And that's it. That was Crunchy Bunny. The skit by Monty Python, edited by someone called, let me look, Movie Freak 523. Link down in the description. And if you want more, I can make more. No problem at all. And see you next time. Shout outs go to all Monty Python fans, the members of Crispier Forever, and everybody that already read this fanfic. Many thanks.